me dance. You make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever. You make me move.
Alright, and we are live. Welcome to the Season 14 NARL I'm not even Barbagallo just don't call it late for dinner. There's a right way to pronounce it and there's a wrong way to pronounce it, and I know the grammar police is gonna be right all over me with this one, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna matter. Let's see. It did, yeah.
Pit stalls, then you just have a center lane to merge out into. So pitting under yellow is going to be fun. I'm sure pitting under green is going to be a little less chaotic, but
Alright.
getting onto pit road is going to be chaotic because of those big old tire barriers on either side.
If I'm not mistaken, my OBS is I'm having to click twice now with a new update to get the thing to unmute. Frustrating.
I'm glad I didn't update mine then. I don't use it anymore. But
Alright. Test my thing real quick, make sure it's all up and going. Right, it is. Good to note.
we'll do it live. Yeah. And did you get us unmuted?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Landon Lyle sits atop the pylon unchallenged right now by almost 4 full tenths over Kyle Watts and TalhaDevYT. And the only 3 drivers in the 56-second bracket at the moment anyway. To the shock and horror of absolutely nobody.
Yeah. I was gonna, double-sided pit road.
Kale.
Normally don't see those. And by normally I don't think I've ever seen anything like that anywhere.
I know a couple tracks in our have it. I think there's in real life it used to be IRP used to have a double-sided pit road before they reconfigured it.
I think they got one at
they may still have one.
I think I ran a version of Eldora for this game that had a double-sided pit road, but it wasn't as
there's
like...
a Greenville. There's a vintage. There's a retro Greenville Pickens for NR that's got the same layout.
Okay.
It's kind of like the old, like Nashville Fairgrounds back in the 70s, where they had the half on, then he had the little 5/8 mile on the infield, or however short. They would just use that oval as the pits before they put in a proper road.
Cal Tuscar Jr. right there, 4th on the board right now. Probably change my pit road
Fastest
camera.
of the rest, it looks like.
Probably change it to comment because when I first got it in here, I didn't think he was not kidding. There's like maybe a single lane on pit road. Oh my gosh. I mean, one of the more challenging pit roads I've seen.
You're not getting in there side by side, let's put it that way.
Yeah. I consider it as more so people trying to get out of there side by side. Colton Pettipass in number 2. Haven't really talked about him a lot. He's kind of one of the more, dare I say, underdogs of the league. He's been here a minute.
He's just quietly there, minding his own business for the most part.
Yep.
And that Schluter Systems Monte Carlo. And Cal Tester goes to the escape road.
Let's see.
And Cal, oh, look at there. Speaking of Cal, look at that. We got another 56-second lap from him. 56.8.
He's getting quick. If I can find him,
A
gosh
lot of
dang.
people are getting used to the track, yeah.
I can't see him. I think he's not on the track right now, if I had to guess.
I think he went off track, yeah. Yeah, he's not on track at the moment.
Yeah, Kale, he's been getting pretty quick here in several leagues I've seen him run. So,
I understand he used to do NR, but
he was.
I don't remember.
He didn't do it for very long when he did.
Yeah.
But you know, he's getting into the rhythm, and he just won the OSCC finale and fuel mileage. So interesting to see what else he can put on the table.
All right.
Josh Clements just joined the server after having to reinstall his game.
As one does.
Yeah. Thomas Rosenthal in the 46, another one of those drivers that are considered an underdog, making a start here tonight.
Yeah. And Jared Gravois goes, oh, hard into the tire wall goes Beal. Oh, look at that. John Felber doing tricks over there.
Gosh dang.
Anyway.
On to the next incident.
Yeah. We just had a whole gaggle of cars leave pit road again.
Good old fashioned pit party.
Some party, right?
Some party, some pit. Some do a little bit of both.
Some party, some pit, some fart, some shit.
That's true.
Yeah. Remind me to write that on a bathroom stall in a truck stop somewhere.
Fortunately, it's a stream. You can just go back and look at it, probably.
No, I'd rather be reminded.
Fair enough.
I do not condone vandalism of public property, though, so, you know, here's what it is. Oh, boy. Who's the... Kenneth Miller just stuffed it into the wall on the final turn.
Neil Gallagher
Funny.
also
It's funny,
first on the
it's-
board.
Yeah. There we go. Still... Oh, and Joseph Heyer goes off to the 97. Here comes Scubs. I mean, Roman Gonzalez in the 0-2. Out of pit road. Sure. Some of you tow car fans that at least pay attention to a little bit of tow car will understand the Scubs reference as he almost takes out Don LaPrade. Oh, right
Steph
in the
Thomas.
door. Right in the door.
Yeah.
Not Scubs Bagoo.
Yeah, a little bit of a scuffed attempt into that corner there. Yeah, that's what practice is for, making sure what works and what doesn't. Finding the limits.
We have somebody named Vivian Valentine. I hope to God that's not a Spoonie account.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Vivian Valentine, that's a name.
It sounds like a stripper name, quite frankly.
Yeah, there's
Anyway.
Schultz Gravings, aka Magma, back in there. I believe their NARL debut in the 95, so we'll see how that goes for him.
So, yeah. And Don LaPrade's broken into the 56-second bracket in the meantime.
Yeah, I think it was only a matter of time for Dunn to figure this thing out.
Yeah. And it looks like he's on another flyer here.
TV2's kind of booty cheeks, not gonna lie. Let's try Spectator!
Probably. Yeah.
Not a whole lot better. But, you know what? It's different.
I was right.
Spicy.
I was right. Dunn was on a flyer. He's second on the board now.
Gosh dang, he even went wide in that last corner. I bet he even cut some more time down there. Maybe get a 0.7. Heck, I think he could even put something up for Lyle, for sure.
I think you missed the apex through that one corner.
Yeah. I gotta ask though, I wonder how many hell holes he had to go through to find a Camaro template for the OG Cup Chevy body.
Probably after 4 viruses and a DDoS attack from NN Racing, probably. But
I guess he's second on the board, and that makes it all worth it, eh?
yeah, that time wasn't as quick. I figured he missed his apex. He got a 57.4 on that one.
Yeah. Well, there'll definitely be one to watch tonight. A lot of these guys in the top 10, very good drivers. Be interesting.
Yeah, like AJ Rodriguez, who just went off in the sand trap.
Is he in the top 10?
No.
I was gonna ask. I was like, I mean, he's usually not one of them roadie guys. He's more of a intermediate.
18th quick.
Actually, I think he's short tracks is more of his bread and butter. That 78
all
car.
Right, let's make fun of the slowest car on track here. Let's see who that is.
All right, it is. Well, you were just talking about him, Vivian Valentine.
It's probably their first, probably new to NR. So
I have never seen Vivian spelled like that before.
It's a old archaic way of spelling it.
Yeah.
I think there's an actress with a name spelled like that. But yeah, I think that was just a hot lap for him. I think, or a warm lap. This is gonna be a hot lap here. Let's see what they turn.
Yeah, no.
Well, it looked pretty poised. Just a little kind of slow through there. Didn't somebody just flew off?
There they go. 5.4, but not a whole lot faster. Still slowest on the board.
Yeah.
Compared to
Probably still getting used to the track, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's
now,
the name of the game here.
Here's someone we can make fun of. Look at the 9 car.
Is that a Chris Merlin?
Yeah.
Chris Merlin in the 9. This is gonna be one of the most hideous number fonts I've ever seen.
I was gonna say that is hand drawn.
Yeah, no, he.
Okay, it is qualifying time, and we do not have enough
like a damn
drivers
shopping
to
cart.
force anyone to be locked out of the race. So this is our one and only qualifying.
This is schizophrenia for personified as we go into qualifying.
Schizophrenia for personified to the point where you're putting silhouette of a shopping cart in the side of your car and calling it a number.
Yeah. Probably thinks it's sponsored by Target.
Might be a target of something. Anyway, quality time. That's not a number font. That's flex tape. That's That's true.
It's not a boulder. It's a rock. It's the country of rock.
I should have probably looked at the field projected. Oh, I can just do that in happy hour.
Who cares? Let it be a mystery. We can figure it out together.
It's true. I have a feeling Kyle Watts is gonna find something.
Oh yeah.
He always does. Even when he's not fast in practice, he usually finds something.
Anyway, while we're waiting for the times to come in, we got a few fun facts about this racetrack. Not lost among was my favorite one. It held the inaugural Australian Festival of Speed in 2010, which had Mark Webber run a Red Bull F1 car around in a demonstration lap. They never held the festival there again. Take a wild guess as to why.
I had to guess because he dominated.
Well, that and well, not really so much that. The owners ended up going bankrupt for paying for the whole thing.
Dang. No sponsors.
Yeah, true.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
I believe they get one lap.
Yeah, I would say so, being a road course.
Wow.
Look at that. Talha done with a 56.91.
Yeah, I was more a little concerned about
Kyle
Kyle Watts.
Kyle Watts best. He messed his lap up.
You know, we usually don't see him have to battle his way up from the back. So this will be interesting for sure. Unless they do have two laps
he'll
somehow.
Hopefully he'll have some patience. Well, yeah, let's see if they do have a second lap.
Patience is going to be key, though, for sure, if you don't qualify up there.
Right.
Yeah, no second laps.
They don't.
So, also no D and Qs either, so everyone makes the field, so this will be...
Right, so once again, a reminder, it's going to be double file pit stop, so take extra care to note where your pit stall is.
This pit road's going to be hell. Upper over, we have some flips on pit road.
I'd say
over
one.
under 1.5. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. 32 projected laps in a God knows how long of a race.
34 laps.
I don't even think you'd have to pit for fuel. I think some guys would, but I think you could if it came down to that.
You'd be right on the edge. You'd be right on the edge.
Yeah, you could cut it close.
I'd see them pitting for there's more than I would fuel.
Yeah. Maybe get you a can or get a half can of fuel while you're in the pit road, getting tires or something.
Right.
But we don't know how this race is going to go. Frankly, I don't think if we're going to go all the way green. So, whatever pit strategies in the cards probably isn't going to come to fruition. But yeah, Kyle Watts starting from the back for this one. It's going to be very interesting to see how he can manage his way to get through the field on that. And then Dunlap Pratt also on the pole. Very interesting there. And then I think a couple guys making their debut. I got Vivian Valentine and then Chris Merlin. I don't think has ever qualified for a race, so this will be a first. This race is indeed in Australia.
Boy.
But yeah, this pit road is going to be Hell's Kitchen, the Aussie Nightmare, you name it. Just don't call it late for dinner because it's going to call you late for dinner if you go in there the wrong way.
It's going to call in a bomb threat on you.
Cash converted cars out there. I expect a
boom.
Dank Pods reference from going to Australia. Yeah, this pit road is going to be very spicy. Now we do have an Australian native in this field I know of, and that is Harry Crawford in the 76. He is racing from Australia in that Red Bull car, so it'll be interesting how he does tonight.
Wouldn't be surprised if he ends up upside down.
Yeah, no, it's true. He's probably not
There
the
you
only
go.
Australian car in this field either.
Yeah, here we go. We got prime example of pit entry here. 46 of the 25. Watch this 40 of Flandre come through here. Golly, that is a tight ass squeeze through there.
Yeah, I don't think green flag stops are going to be
Yeah.
very. That is probably one of the most challenging
That's
pit
gonna be
entries.
very, very difficult. Not stuffing somebody into those tire walls.
Yeah, and then you got to think about guys that might accidentally get in a wreck as well.
It does work to get them down to pit speed, though. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, no, that'll scare you right down to the pit speed, maybe a little under than that. But yeah, no, that's
Make you not want to pit at all.
yeah. Gonna rethink that whole saving fuel strategy there. Someone gonna eat that tire barrier.
Being a road
probably.
course, about the only way we're gonna get a yellow is if somebody flips it. Which I wouldn't be depending on where you go, I wouldn't be shocked, especially with the elevation.
Yeah, the elevations of this track, there's a lot of opportunities. Someone misses the corner, something happens. A lot of opportunities to end up doing some cartwheels, channeling your inner Tony Hawk. But yeah, no, I've seen it many times here in NARL where if there's an opportunity for something crazy to happen, it either usually does or almost does.
Right.
Man, Talha warping like a mofo, gosh dang. Arch Nemesis in the 31. Oh, that is... These two have history. That's all I'm going to say. 31 and 14. I'll leave it at that. Cole Rodriguez. Currently 6th on the happy hour board. I don't think he qualified too good, but not usually a road course merchant or nothing, but he holds his own. He gets good finishes out of it. He's a pretty solid NARL driver overall. Now he has had a few hiccups as of late, but nobody's perfect, and you live and learn. In some cases, you learn and live, I guess.
All I know is you live and learn or you die trying.
Yep. Chris P. Merlin. His middle name actually isn't P, but that's the
Why
right
is your
joke.
Merlin crispy?
Alright, it is race time. So rules for the race are that if there's a wreck on the first lap, we will have a restart. If there's a severe wreck after that, maybe restart, but probably not. To bring out a caution, it has to be a 3-car or more wreck, or a car flipped upside down and landing upside down. If it rolls over and lands on its wheels, tough luck, the race stays green. So
That's oddly specific.
When we're about to go green, I'll call quiet zone where nobody can type in chat, and then control where it's up to the leader to type green into chat before we cross the start finish line. I should also mention that we're also going to do a restart so Dunn's car actually shows up for everyone. Anyway, we are also, when we're under caution, field is frozen. There is no racing back to the line. Most of you know that, but I think there are 1 or 2 people who have just joined, so just making it clear. Anyway, yep. Good luck. That one does not count.
Still find that flip roll quite interesting. If it goes turtle, it's a caution, but if it lands on the wheels, you could drive out of it. Does make sense, though.
Interesting clause. I'm not against it.
Saves the heartache of having to have another whole start or whatever. No, I don't expect this race. I don't expect this race to take very long.
Drivers, start your
There's the command.
Oh wait, I got distracted by the helicopter. I should probably go back to the field. first race of the season, I'm pretty sure that we don't meet the field cap, so everyone that shows up gets to make it. Question is, who's going to make it out alive?
And they've got the body bags of the pits ready to go. As the Pontiac pace car leads them into the final turn. Looks like it's wanting to go out in the sand pit, but he makes it onto pit road. This could be a good, clean, fast start here. Blowing them down 35 mile an hour. A little bit of a stack up. I think they're going to get him. Here we go, green flag. Turn number 1. This is going to be a very hairy corner. We got a car off in the dirt. It's Roman Gonzalez. They're still straight.
Oh, Colrad also in the dirt.
Oh, boy, yeah.
A lot of...
Jam into the dirt.
Ooh, right next to Watts.
Everybody's still in good shape for right now.
Oh my gosh, McElreath.
Kept it on track.
Valentine off pace, or Valentine off pace. Valentine, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Who cares?
Fair enough.
most everybody's gotten single file. There's a little tussle for position between Petipas and Felber, among others.
Battle for the lead. Lyle versus Aziz. Final corner.
Yeah, and Lyle gonna get the exit speed. Maybe not. No, Tyler got the good run off the corner.
Race is official.
Race is official now. LaPrade hanging on to third, just kind of waiting by this time.
Yep. Got Neil Gallagher right behind him, and Flandre Wilson in the top 5.
Lower, we were almost 3 wide, and in the first turn, Looper, Kyle Watts gets spun into the grass. Off of turn number 1, he's back rolling, no harm, no foul, but he just lost a bunch of time.
And right up against his teammate too. He's got I think he had some help from the 5.
Yeah, 5 didn't really clean him out, but he didn't, didn't really cut him a break either.
Chris Merlin around in the back.
Yeah, and the Schizo car. We'll ignore that. Nah, but yeah, Aziz is hanging on to the lead quite well over Lau here. Yeah, not much changing in the first 5-6 positions. Next row battle is between Brandon Beal and Sebastian Amaya, and that is for 7th, I believe.
So far, so good. Yeah, you're talking about Kyle who spun there. That just made his race a lot more interesting.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have to work hard to get back up to the field.
Fortunately, with the point system they have in this league, you can have 3 bad races pretty much. Yeah.
Drop scores.
Yeah, those are the big advantage for Kyle Watts, so it's not going to kill his championship momentum, I don't think, not one bit.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is he can't have very many more bad races.
It's true. Arthur Xavier in the chat saying he's suffering from success.
Aren't we all?
It's true. I think the LaPrade saving the stuff here.
I would say so. He's holding back, letting them wear their tires out. And Tala just ran a 57.2 against Landon's 57.8. 57.8 basically from LaPrade. 57.5 from Gallagher. Top 6 in a breakaway. Beal's finally gotten around for 7th position. And we're getting good spread. We might have a run at 4th here between Wilson and Gallagher. Not enough room to make the move.
Oh, we got Pasta in the chat. Pasta
Welcome to the party, Pasta.
OBS was bugging out apparently from that last one. But
I hope Pasta enjoyed the truck race. He was at Rockingham earlier.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Wilson, a little squaggle there off of turn 2.
Yeah.
Up these S curves.
I I don't know what the wear is here. I don't know if it gets tighter as the tires get more wear or if it gets looser. But I think the 40 is starting to feel the effects of that regardless. So they're starting to lose a little bit of time to the 27.
The 9 car already on pit road. It may just sit it there and they're hitting for a little bit. We'll see. Battle for second. LaPrade on Lyle.
Clock's
Coming
a
into the
ticking.
final corner.
You ain't gonna make it easy.
It's Nah, I think LaPrade just kind of let him go.
Oh, that's gonna open the door for
Which
Neil
means
Gallagher.
Gallagher's got the dope door. Exactly.
Oh, he's gonna be a little bit more patient on it.
Right. Showing a lot of restraint early on. Still plenty of racing left to do. Oh, gaggle of cars off the last corner. That's the battle for 18th on back.
Gosh dang. McElreath and
pack,
Gravoli.
yeah. Yeah, Watts is back up 5.
Dare I say battle of mid? Nah, that's mean. But, nah, that's, you know, that's,
Watts finally gets around the 5 without incident.
I don't think you could say the same last time he came around the 5. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many spots he can gain before this race is over. I don't think he's...
Oh, cam jam spinning.
Oh, unfortunate.
Simple 360
and
back
Gonzalez.
going all the O2. Gonzalez just clears the sand trap.
Let's see what happened to old Cam Jam there.
He got in. It looked to me like he just got in too hot.
Yeah. Road courses be his kryptonite. Justice nowhere to go, and then Gonzalez kind of went off track trying to avoid.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Tala has about a 2-second lead on Lyle.
Got some guys going to
LaPrade
pit road.
breathing heavy. Some of the guys maybe trying to stretch early. Oh, Sebastian Amaya got the tire wall. Heading uphill.
They were running top 10 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Timing that pit road, I mean, that door was open. I think some of those guys thinking, well, I'm not going to make it to the end, might as well pit. I think there could be some guys thinking they might try to gamble. I don't know if the front runners are going to do it or not. Like I said, tire wear is going to be a factor.
And Tala may have time if he wants, especially on the downhill run. Pop that clutch, maybe save a little bit of gas if it comes to it.
He's put himself in a good spot, track position wise. Just it's not a huge gap. It's enough to maybe save a little bit. Oh, never mind. Lyle just lost some time there.
Oh yeah, wow.
All right, it's gonna definitely help the 14 car.
Right. 95 off in the dirt in turn 1, back rolling.
Oh, Chris Merlin with a tire down.
Oh,
in turn 1.
huge! Oh yeah, he just had a major lockup. Blue is right front. That's gonna be fun, limping that thing back around.
Chris having a rough debut for sure. That 9 car.
Is that a spinner? Oh, okay. The TV one shot looking up the hill made it look like there was a spinner because the roof shot stayed still.
Yeah.
But there wasn't no spinner. We're in good shape.
Some helicopters and some broken promises, I guess. I don't know. It looks like Tullis has been on this lap car. Chris Merlin.
Car off in the dirt. AJ Rodriguez turn 1, back rolling. Coming up on the limping number 9. He's gonna have to get it to pit road. Smart move.
I think
Is he gonna steer it into pit road? Yep, makes it.
Tala lost a ton of time there. I don't know if he got caught up by the 9 or what.
I want to say he was probably worried about that 9 so much he lost
Maybe missed the corner.
a whole bunch of time. Look at that, the top 4 under a blanket now.
Yeah, I think Chris definitely didn't help him there. Nah, just a mistake looks like. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind. But
yeah.
that definitely brought the field closer together.
The only saving grace is if Landon Lyle makes another more colossal mistake.
It's true. At least it isn't Benjamin Snyder.
Look at that send into the turn.
Arthur Xavier in the chat said the 9 is one of those 7-year-olds that run ARCA that don't know what they're doing, but and then they keep going until it gets worse.
Wayne Peterson. Now here's the final corner again. And he's got a nose on him. Is he gonna make the run stick?
And Lyle took a different apex there. I think these tires in the 14 are cooked.
Going into 1.
What these guys were looking at was tires.
Slides up. Tala trying to get the drive on the outside. I think Landon Lyle, yep, clear. Lyle to the lead. It's kind of letting Frlandre Wilson catch up too. This could be a 5-car battle here very, very soon.
Gale Teskar Jr. right behind that. He's not up to these guys, but he's been lurking pretty much this entire run.
And so he's just hanging there, silent threat.
Yep, running his own race. He's in a good spot.
Yes. If any of these 5 slip into trouble in front of him, he'll be right there to swoop in and get that position. Now it's Landon Lyle's turn to try and run away with it.
I'm not gonna exactly say he's managed his stuff, but you know,
oh, he just slipped up. Wide corner, missed the apex.
Yeah,
that's
gonna hurt him.
All over the back of him.
It's not gonna, for a second there, I thought he was about to clip the grass and spin that thing, but no, he worked his way back around it. Tall's gonna try to scare him into overcooking the corner, and it works.
And it works, yeah.
Dang, okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Tala almost overcooked the corner himself.
Yeah, that's going to open the door for Dunlap Prad.
Yeah. This is going to get interesting. I think he backed off, let him do his thing.
Yeah.
We're going to the braking zone for the last corner. Clean, clean, clean. Is LaPrade going to get the run? He does not.
I was going to say, it looked like Lyle was, you know what Kyle Watts usually does. He just drives through his tire wear. He's really the only driver known to do that, where he can just drive the tire wear into his favor, or just make it work for him, I guess. Whatever he does, I don't know. It's insane, but he was doing something like that. Oh, Lyle trying to take it a little bit deeper in the corner.
Wow.
Tala having to park the bus a little bit to make it work.
That's gonna stick a little bit. They've got a few lapped cars up ahead. One went off in the dirt, it looks like. Yeah, AJ Rodriguez of the 78 coming back on course.
Having a rough night.
The leaders are very nearby.
How's the race going? Who died so far? Looks like the 9 of Chris Merlin has called it a race, and the 97 of Joseph Hayer has called it a night.
All right, yeah. We just missed the block that Landon Lyle tried to pull on Dunlap Prad, trying to.
Oh, the 5-car!
Oh, into the tire barrier, hard. That just killed his car, I think. So his pit stall's just there.
There's no good cameras for that.
That looks like that killed his car. Oh, they're jacking it up now. That's gonna be. He's gonna be in the pits for a while with that one.
It's a difficult pit road entry, and just didn't quite.
Yeah, that's the risk you take. You end up missing it. You know, Tala's gonna lap grabbings here in just a minute.
He is remade that
AJ
gap.
Rodriguez.
Oh, Schultz in the grass.
Schultz in the grass. 14 around him. Next car to lap is at 78 of Rodriguez. AJ Rodriguez, rather. The 5 has rejoined the race.
Lyle with a run once again. It looks like Lyle's able to get really good exit off of that final corner. That's his advantage, whereas Tala is able to pull.
He doesn't have the time to make the move when he needs to.
Able to pull just a little bit here in the call them S's. I don't know what you call these. Oh, lockup!
Big lockup from the 14. Is that might open the door again?
Arthur Xavier in the chat saying we'll always remember the 5 for taking out Kyle. Oh, I think I know what Kyle's going to probably say after this is he probably took himself out of the race by not qualifying up front. And honestly, you know, with things, the way things have been going and how this league is sometimes, it's probably kind of true. If you don't qualify well, you usually don't finish too good.
Jared Gravoy off in the hairpin, turn 6, I think. Yeah, turn 6. He is stuck in the sand. He's actually stuck. He might have to get a tow here.
Wreath also around in the back. Leader's pitting, by the way. I cannot find
Looky
the
there,
zero.
man. Yeah, TalhaDevYT's on pit road.
43, Mr. Stall. Hopefully they don't get a DQ doing that, but that's going to lead the lead to Landon Lyle, who now has open field. He doesn't have anyone to worry about in front of him except for lapped cars. So it's going to open the door if maybe obviously you got your overcut and undercut, but this is going to open the door a little bit. Now he's also got pressure from the 74.
We got a car with major damage, the 31, up in the S's. I think they hit the wall quite hard.
Here on 37 also missed one of the corners. Harry Crawford in pit road.
He just he missed a shift.
Yep, 31 of Reed Thompson.
Blew the motor. Just a random shift.
It's nice done. Felber out of pit road. Justice in the sand
TalhaDevYT's.
Oh! Lyle lost some time. Gravoy had to slope a bit. I think a big avoidance there for one of the cars that were about to go lap down.
Yeah.
I think it was Roman.
Right.
Dunn stays out.
Oh, we'll see if it enables Aziz to take the lead back.
If it gives you a second black flag after that, then let me know and I'll clear it.
At this point,
31 coming to pit road.
Mile out of pit road. Aziz with a bigger lead out of pit road. Gravoy also in that pit road. And this makes me wonder where Dunlop Crab's going to end up.
That puts them.
That puts them
8th, 9th car off. Yep, that's Gravoy.
Had some help from Nicholas Justice in there in the
track
5.
Too.
Shifting of these speeds. Well, sometimes these guys will find limits you didn't know exist. Kel Teskar in pit road.
Scored as the race leader.
Oh, Steph Thomas. He is stopped at the end of pit road. I am not sure what's going on with that 43 car.
That's going to put the 48 of Josh Clements up in second. Third place is Kel Teskar. The 8, Trevor Davis, is up at 4th, and Landon Lyle 5th. But I checked that. Kyle Watts is up to 5th now. Landon Lyle's dropped back in the order to 8th.
A lot of these guys are trying to go for that longer run on those tires, have that track position longer, maybe.
Oh, the 95 has missed an entry. Oh, he's blocking the pit entry. He's blocking the pit entry. Oh boy, that's going to lose Jamison. A lot of time. Found the hole and he went for it.
Cameron, I think, got the better end of it, but Kenneth Miller. Oh, and Cameron had to slow down because
the 95 just just straight up just stopped right where Cam needed to pit.
Unfortunate. The pit road is...
Here comes Clements down pit road now.
Fortunate because that pit road is so thin, you can't really.
And Davis.
There's not a lot of room for mistakes.
Landon Lyle off course.
That's a big one. He is one of the contenders. Flounder Wilson got around him.
Oh, and Cameron McElreath spins out of the S's, heading toward turn 6, back rolling. No harm, no foul.
He parked it. All it is just got around Kyle Watts.
Yeah.
Neil Gallagher, where's he at, strategy?
That is.
Yeah, he's on the staying out for the rest of this thing strategy. I don't think that's going to work unless you can save it to the end. Enough fuel.
I see Talha just caught up with him, so.
Yeah, tires are going to be a factor, but I like Dunn's strategy. Oh my gosh, that 5 car! He just got barreled across the track.
Golly.
He might be the people's champion after this one. I think he took out 2 of the DMS cars and himself thrice, and more on, I guess. Or more of, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, Dunlop Pratt, I like his strategy. You know, pulling the bolt strategy. I honestly think he had the speed at the beginning. If you want to do that 2 tire strat, or oh, Justice.
I say he's
pitches.
gained 8. I think he gained 8 seconds. The second and third have gained a few seconds on LaPrade. He may be saving though. We'll see.
Saving, but I just don't know how much he is saving. I know Gallagher also, I think, is on that saving strategy. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but
see what he does this time around. Stays on track.
Gallagher in a good spot if he isn't saving. If he did pit, I don't remember if he did or not.
I would say he's saving. He just let the 76 go by, get a lap back.
Sir Spoonie is saying he is impersonating the 5 of Nicholas Justice. Don't tell Cameron. I honestly have a hard time believing that.
He impersonates about every other car in the field. It's okay.
That's true. Seeing the 5 is actively on the track. I highly doubt they're tapping in my YouTube chat and driving at the same time, but I mean, like Saul said, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
And Xavier.
Right.
I don't know.
So yeah, that gap is closed down to another 13 seconds from 24. Just about a lap or 2 ago. So Dunn is in full conservation mode, I think.
Yeah, you know, he's got the advantage right now. He's got
the track position.
He's got that track position. He's got some lap cars in between him and second. I'm not gonna say he has an open road ahead, but he has a road ahead he can work with. And like I said in the beginning, you could tell he was saving. If he wanted to do the pit and go strat, he could. I think he could do that.
Yeah, he would have gotten into the lead way sooner.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not gonna doubt the strategy. I think it would have been a good way of going for him.
I did this same strategy once before for a Sonoma race in the league, and stayed out the whole race, car off course, and Mr. Ryan Santana chased me down, got to me in the last corner, put the bumper to me, but I held my own.
My gosh!
And managed to barely hang on for the win. I think it was like I think it was about the same distance as this race.
I'll say this race is definitely testing a lot of guys. Reaction times at 86 off the course, the 5 off course again.
Oh no, Landon Lyle again.
He is pressing his lips. Oh my gosh, that rejoin is scary.
That's very, very close.
And
car to pit road, it's a Maya.
A lot of the patience is being tested. Not so much the patience, but more so the reaction time and the ability to overcome mistakes is just going to be the name of the game here, I think.
Gallagher and Aziz have gained another 2 seconds on LaPrade.
Got about 5 lap cars in front of them. I think Flandre might have sped or something on pit road, might have gone off track somewhere. I think they went off track somewhere, if I remember right. But
we still got another car off track again. This is 04. Gonna pull back out. They're all right.
I don't even know danger though, man. This race is nuts.
Ooh, Gravoy had that rear end whack out on him.
You guys here, all these lap cars are gonna be the name. The name of the game is their execution versus the cars that are trying to pass them. That execution. Come to 10 to go, and I hear in a couple laps.
Yeah, it'll be 11 to go this time by.
I think somewhere in that I missed Neil pitting because I'm pretty sure he pit. There's no way.
I want to say he did. I think he pitted with the rest of them and got back out.
Yeah, so
that's another 2 seconds for Gallagher.
Basically, it's a 3-car game at this point. Dunn LaPrade, Neil Gallagher, TalhaDevYT.
If Dunn has enough to hold them off.
I mean, he's been doing this thing for years. I imagine he is 100% locked in, especially on making sure he has enough gas to make it to the end.
If anybody knows what they're doing about fuel saving and making it on no stops at all, it's done.
Yeah. Making it work.
Working quite nicely, yeah. He's slowed his pace to almost a 59.9.
You know what? At this point,
that's another second.
And you know these lap cars have been going pretty easy on that 14.27. It depends on where their fall off ends up, the 27.14, because they're going to start having fall off too. Compared to Dunn's, That'd be close.
We'll see how it works out for him. We're at 10 to go right now.
That lead has shrunk drastically.
Oh yeah, just in the past 5 or 6 laps, it's shrunk about 18 seconds.
That is nuts. Yeah, there's only 2 lap cars in between these guys. That's Gravois and Flandre.
Yeah, they're about in the same shot now on this camera on TV1 off the last corner. That was a 1 minute point 4 that time.
Dang.
And that's another 2 seconds. That's a 1 minute point 4 for LaPrade, 58.3 from Gallagher, and a 58.1 from Aziz.
Gallagher just caught Gravois here in the S's. It's going to be pretty challenging.
Dunn's coming in this time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
So
he might not have enough to make it to the end. I guess that's it.
I wouldn't think so. So this may, this strategy play didn't quite work out for him.
Hey, you know what? He tried. I cannot blame him for it.
You can't fault him for trying.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy strat. Heck, you could probably make it a few more laps, so I think at this point he knows he's probably going to lose the lead. He's not as fast as these guys. These guys got a better pace. I don't think his race is over. He could pit here, maybe
go ahead
go
and
2
stop
tires.
the bleeding.
Yeah, stop the
Here
bleeding.
he comes.
I'll go with the top 10 or something.
Look at there. Yeah.
And
Nice
that brings
entry.
the battle now between Neil Gallagher and TalhaDevYT right now.
Right. Those are the
Lyle,
only 2 cars remotely close to each other. Landon Lyle is a ways back.
he's a ways back, but not as bad as
Oh yeah, he's not that bad off. He's gained quite a bit of time.
Kale. He's put himself in a solid spot as well. He's still, doing that thing. Oh, and I just jinxed him. Wow. I feel
Spun
horrible.
off.
That sucks. I think that's the first time he's had anything happen all day.
Right.
And
It
commentator
sucks
curse.
when it comes crunch time and something.
Oh
like
my
that goes down.
gosh! Oh, I
Ooh,
don't
that
think
was
Cameron's gonna be
close.
too happy with that rejoin. Anyways, I guess that's that. So that, like I said, brings a battle of these two, and it's gonna be a battle of the wits. Neil Gallagher has that experience to his advantage, and I think Talha at this point just, I don't even know what I could suggest here, because either you want to beat the guy,
Yeah.
but you don't want to beat yourself.
Lyle is gaining a couple tenths. I don't think that'll be enough. He'll have to pick his pace up quite a bit.
Despite all the hiccups he's had, he has definitely held his own pretty remarkably well, in my opinion. I guess
I'm watching to see where Brad falls. He drops to 6th, almost 30 seconds off.
I mean,
Car off right ahead of him. It was the 2 Pettipas.
impressive how this field can be so big spread. That's impressive.
Yeah, your English was also impressive there too.
My English has
But no,
been impressive since day one.
Having this field so stretched out, splayed everywhere across this track, it's quite an interesting thing to see.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie, my English sucks, man.
Oh, Talha, big bobble. He's losing a lot of time on Gallagher.
There's some stuff I want to say, but at the end of the day, I don't want to jinx anyone else. I already jinxed Kale.
We'll see. So yeah, the only 2 cars really racing for position are Gallagher and Aziz. Not that everybody else isn't racing for position, but that's your lead battle. Of course, Landon Lyle, Josh Clements in their own private battle for 3rd. There's several little private battles going on.
Like Kale's little hiccup, he's still 5th.
Clements making the move on Lyle for 3rd here. Let's see if it's 6.
Oh, Lyle's
86 goes way off. That's going to give the spot right up Clements.
I think his tires are cooked.
LaPrade barnstorming trying to catch up.
Oh,
Pettipas
Lyle
off again in the same corner.
Lyle's in the sand pit.
Got back out, but again lost a lot of time.
For a race with so few yellows, and we're also under the point of no return. I should probably put the thing up there. This race
5
has
to
been
go right
short, man. Gosh dang. We're gonna go caution free.
Figuring, yeah, running less than a minute a lap. Figure, you know, caution free, 35, 36 minutes.
Caution free race. You know, I think that post race under in the 5 just.
Oh, Talha just Talha just got 5 would kept getting in Talha's way.
I think he's
Talha
he
having
blew
to
a
come back
tire.
down pit road. He blew a tire.
That dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Tried to keep up with the 27, so that
So that's
changes a lot.
and a lot of people not happy with that 5.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be the people's champion after this race.
Yeah, but so Neil Gallagher in his own zip mode.
Yeah. But you know, like,
Yeah, apparently Talha locked up trying to avoid the 5 and blew his hair in the
Yeah.
process.
that sounds about accurate. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people are gonna be upset with that 5, but
Yeah, he is not happy.
I was gonna say this post-race interview is gonna be interesting, despite us going caution-free for this event.
And
Which
Talha
is-
peeling out of pit road.
Very impressive by the field to be able to go caution-free.
And Talha's going to drop. It looks like this is going to be the battle for 8th position.
Got Learns in the chat saying it wasn't me killing Talha for a change. Yeah,
But,
guess the same story, different book on that one.
alright, now, barring nothing happening to the 27, he may, just maybe have this locked up, but nothing's, you know.
Never say never.
Race doesn't end till a checkered flag flies.
.13 off in the sand pit on the exit of the final corner. I think there's a lot of guys that are going to say they're going to have a good race, and a lot of guys are going to say they're going to have a bad race. Anyone who has anything in between, I'm impressed.
Right. It's had its points, I'll say that much.
Entertaining though.
Oh, yeah. And Talha driving possessed.
Yep.
Car off in the sand trap.
2 to go this
04
time by.
again.
I think Neil won 2 or 3 CCRS races last season. The league he's able to conquer a bit better, not as chaotic. You can put yourself in position and make things go your way a little bit better. But here in NARL, not as easy.
Right. So many different variables in NARL.
Yeah.
All he has to do is just get through these through this last lap now as he rounds the final corner, coming to take the white flag. Final lap, obviously. There it is. And he's maintained a very healthy gap over second place Josh Clemens.
I don't think he was the fastest, but he
Yeah.
mediated that advantage to make sure
He stayed in the game the whole way.
Yeah, he stayed in the game, made sure he kept himself in contention, made sure not to make any mistakes, and manage his pace and his tires and potentially fuel. I don't know how much. I don't think he had to save much fuel, but regardless, he managed all that, and he's probably gonna win this thing with a almost 10-second gap, or almost 15-second gap.
Yeah. Yeah, barring anything crazy happening in this final corner. Here it comes out of the last corner. Going to take the checkered flag. Neil Gallagher wins at Barbagallo.
Yep. Yeah, no, I believe this is his, I can't, does he have a NARL win?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Nicely done, though. That's just impressive work by him. They didn't really have a lot of obstacles to overcome. Just drove smart. That came right to him. And for once, it's not Kyle Watson victory lane. Nothing against Kyle though; he's a good driver. But yeah, nice work by Neil Gallagher.
Well, we might have some angry people chasing each other down here.
Yeah, definitely. Joshua Clemens P2.
Yeah, Trevor Davis bounced off the wall. Talha's, he's coming after that 5. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yep.
interesting.
Oh, he missed him.
Ooh, that's
oh, yeah, yep. That worked out real well for Talha.
Yeah. Pop the champagne and close the record books. Neil Gallagher.
There you have
is
it.
not going to do a burnout. What the heck? Man, I was going to get this camera all set up. He ain't even do a burnout. Man, it's messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, you do what you want to do. You don't want to be a big show-off. He's one of the avid here in this league. It's, you know, you might be thinking, oh, well, you don't want to show off winning a race like that.
Right. See, I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to let you deal with the post-race. I think I'm going to take a quick nap.
Thanks for showing up, and yeah.
User left your channel.
Yeah. How did Lyle get a top 5? Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our top 5. Now I got y'all's thing. I got my thing right here. So top 10. I'm curious because like this entire race had some interesting stuff going on position-wise and all that. But yeah, everyone getting pit road here the last time, but no burnouts because you know, Neil doesn't want to do them. I ain't gonna be against him for that. If you don't want to do burnouts, don't want to. Hashtag starve Landon Lyle. Well, he's gonna be starving for a top 5 because he didn't get one. But yeah, top 10 is a big field gap here. Neil Gallagher P1 with 13.6 seconds over Joshua Clemens, who again also kind of had just solid race. Not really. I mean, I don't know if I'd consider him a road ringer or not, but he definitely had a very solid race in that 48 car. Put himself in P2. Dunlapred had to bite the bullet there at the end, but had enough of a gap and a bit of luck go his way where he was able to get a P3 out of that. And then Cale Teskar Jr., I think he mitigated his loss after that little spin he had. I don't think he would have gotten too much of a better finish. So P4 for him, despite our old commentator jinx. And Kyle Watts, we were talking about his drive through the field. I don't think he got in any incidents that were his fault. Now, that 5 car, you could say the otherwise. He's going to be the people's champion, that guy in the 5 car for sure, after this one. But Kyle with the top 5 after this. And you know what's crazy? That is probably going to be a drop race for him because he is so good at this and so consistent that a top 5 is not going to cut it for that 21 car, more than likely. Landon Lyle P6 after, again, some hiccups, and I think he got off track quite a few times, but, you know, he was able to mitigate that loss and still get P6, and then Talha is blowing a tire there at the end after logging up trying to avoid the 5. Still gets a top 10, but could have been a lot better, I think, for that 14. And then Trevor Davis had a pretty clean race with a P8, and then Harry Crawford, the hometown hero, with a P9, and then finishing the race lap down, and still, you know, pretty solid finish for John Felber. So pretty solid top 10. You can see the rest of the standings are on the side of my screen with the pylon ticker. Let's see if we got anyone in the waiting room. Let's see. I know we got Mr. Neil Gallagher. I must see if I have permission to bring him in or not. They said they were going to fix that. We'll see.
Insufficient permissions.
I'll just try to DM him on Discord because I don't know if I want to go in there and try. Neil, if you're watching, can you join the booth? Because I can't drag in. I don't have the permissions. Actually, I don't know if you can see that or not. Give it a minute just to make sure. If you guys want an interview. Okay. Got that. So I guess I'm gonna probably go down there like I usually do.
Channel
You-
switched.
I don't think he was completely serious.
Gets the point across.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Zach. Wow, was actually
Yeah, I
going to
don't have
everyone at
permission.
one.
I don't have permission to drag Sir Evans. So yeah, we're doing this. All right. So Mr. Gallagher, P1, take us through it.
Well, I started the race and found out that I don't know how to drive behind people.
Uh-oh.
And so, fortunately, I did a long run test before the practice session today. Found out exactly how far I could go on a set of tires, which was like 19 laps. And so I pitted with 20 to go and drove very slowly for the second half of the race, and that was enough.
I know you had some pressure there at the end from the 14. Obviously, they didn't have enough to have anything for you there at the end. But that pressure, were you nervous at all, or were you like just thinking, okay, I got this, I just need to run my line, or like what was the thought process there?
Well, Talha's in the channel, but I'm going to bully him anyway.
Yeah, we got to bully
I think the
Talha.
move was not to pit the lap after I did. I think his best chance would have been to wait a little bit longer. But when I saw he was the only one close, I thought if I could hold him off on the short run, there was no chance. I was actually surprised. Talha did really well to stay with me as long as he did, because I was, for most of that final run, I was clocking off pretty consistent low 58s, which I thought was pretty much the limit on older tires without sliding him at all. But he hung tough. What I did notice at the end of the first run is that front four group were all kicking the tail out constantly. And now we'll never know. I suspect that other people are going to have tire issues, especially rear tire issues, trying to make a move. Especially there were the two long right-hand corners that you needed to be close to the car in front to set a move up on. And those are where I saw LaPrade and Lyle and Talha all spinning the rear wheels constantly. And I wasn't even sure they'd make the end of the race. So I wasn't especially concerned.
All right. Yeah. I noticed in the beginning of that race, you were, taking more conservative approach, and I've seen, I think Dunn was also, I think he was trying to go for the full race, like trying to not pit through the whole race, but he eventually bit the bullet there at the end of what I'm assuming. But at that
he was going to make it on fuel.
Yeah. But yeah, on that first run, what was like the mindset there? I know you were trying to like save your stuff, but were you thinking like a win was in the picture, or were you thinking about, okay, I need to like mitigate my pace that way I don't lose these guys, or like what was the mindset in that first run?
Mindset in the first run was I didn't think a win was on the cards when the green flag dropped, because I tend to need a ton of practice. I did do that full run beforehand, but when I saw I was keeping pace with everybody, it suddenly occurred to me that I could win the race, and my mindset flipped, and it was just clicking up the laps, just stay close, pit as early as I think I possibly can, and it's what I did.
One last question before I let you go. I know Kyle didn't quite get the pole there. He also didn't win practice. What's your thoughts on that?
I was monitoring the situation, and he won happy hour.
Oh, he did win happy hour.
So he's at least won the consolation prize. He doesn't go home completely empty-handed. We're going to bully him for a little bit for his failures today, but it could have been worse.
That's all I got for you. Congrats on the win, and shoot, where's NARL going next week? Are you racing
I know
next week?
CCRS is at Kyalami, and I don't know where NARL is.
Oh, are you racing Kyalami in CCRS?
Yep.
All right, good luck to you there. And NARL's going to Pocono next week. You plan on racing that?
Game time decision.
All right. Well, regardless of your decision, good luck and congrats on the win, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
At this point, I would drive people up to the booth, but all right, we're doing
Buddy
it from here.
disconnected from your channel.
Joshua Clements, you got P2. I know you just had to reinstall your game. I think you're, from what I was seeing on your end, it looks like you were going for a similar strat 27 was, just kind of making sure you balance that pace to where you didn't cook your tires too much, but just stayed focused and, you know, put yourself in a good position at the end, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Because after the start, I passed 2 cars after the initial start, and then I was just kind of on my own island for a while. And then throughout the rest of the race, I passed one other car on track, and then ended up second. So not quite sure everything how that worked out for me, but yeah, just not wrecking basically, doing what the leader did and not wreck, and then it worked out.
I don't have any other specific questions for you. I know Pocono's next week. Last time we went to Pocono, I believe you ended up in Victory Lane there. You plan on doing that again?
Did I?
I think
I
I think you went to last time
he
Nara went to
did.
Pocono. You ended up in
Yeah, he
Victory Lane.
won.
I can't even remember going to North Pocono. Okay. Yeah. I'll do it again. Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Yeah,
No sweat.
I know Tall's
if.
gonna remember that.
Shut up.
All right, yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Congrats on the P2 and good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, let's see.
User disconnected from your channel.
And go with or no, we'll go with Talha. All right.
Hi.
Hi, Talha. How was your race?
Better than I expected. I was not expecting to get that jump on done there on the initial start, but I was able to get the run off of him in turn 1, and then from there I was trying to manage my tires. I did kind of not the best job on it because I neglected my front tires while trying to protect the rears, but it seems I was still not doing a great job with the rears, as Neil mentioned. And then B, I kept having like lockups a little bit there, which caused my tire to go down a bit, but I think I still stayed better than like Lyle because he got by me, but now I was able to get back around him. I saw that Neil pitted, and I figured if I pit with right now, right after a lap after he did, that would mitigate the time he would gain, because if I wait any longer, he's just gonna gain more time on me. So I figured I'd try that. It almost worked. I was able to stay on his rear bumper for that entire stint. I was trying to save a bit, but I was also like trying to stay with him, but save as well, and not push the issue with him because I didn't want to wreck him or kill my tires. And for the
People's
most part,
champion happened. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. On one end, I could have definitely honestly just backed off and let him have that corner, but on the other end as well, I was not expecting a car who was like 10 laps down, it feels like, brake as hard as I was braking. I saw that, I'm like, shit, I couldn't back off, but I still tried to attempt it, and I ended up locking up and blew a tire and ran into him because of that. So I could have done something better, still, definitely, but I kept seeing it in the post race here. Yeah, I blocked. Yeah, I probably could have done a lot better there, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I guess from a standpoint, is there any like key takeaways from this race, in your opinion?
Yeah. What was the question? Sorry.
Are there any key takeaways, in, like that you think you could use in the future for future races from this race?
Even if you seem like you could pass a lockdown car, just still wait for them and get a better shot at them rather than, I guess, not being patient there. I was trying to be patient with the lockdown cars all race because I know I struggled a lot with patience with lap cars in the past. So I've been trying to improve on that, and even though I was pretty angry at the 5, and I'm still am, but I could have definitely done a lot of stuff better preventing that myself. So it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm happy that I led the most laps, that I was able to battle for the win on pure pace alone this time. No, like, leaders getting wrecked out, no super speedway, bull crap, just pure pace. And I can't wait to go to Pocono next week.
Well, congratulations on top 10. I know it could have been better, but hey, you know, after...
Could have been better, but, I mean, could have been worse as well. I thought I was going to fall out of top 10 completely, but I got 7th, so good points today as well. So it is what it is.
I guess we'll see you next time.
Yep. So yeah.
All right.
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
Next on our running order, Harry Crawford, the hometown hero.
Hello.
Got top 10. You looked like you had a clean race. What was your thoughts on it?
It was good. I mean, I locked up into the final corner on lap 1, and it just completely cooked my right front. So I tried to stay out as long as I could and maybe wait for a yellow, or just wait till everyone else pits. But then it went into the red, so then I decided to pit. So I pitted. Then I was working my way back up through the field, and I was actually really proud of the drive I had back up through the field. And then when everyone else started to pit, I also decided to pit so I could go back onto like the same sort of strategy. And I forget what I came out. I think I came out after all that. I cycled out in like 13th, so I was pushing because I wanted a top 10. And so I was pushing it, and I caught up to the 2. And then he spun out, so I went through, and I was all my tires were in the yellow. I was pushing really hard, but yeah, I got a top 10.
Down here, gets a top 10. You plan on racing Pocono next week?
Yeah, planning on racing in every race this season.
Good luck to you there. Congrats on the top 10.
Yeah, thank you.
Got Brandon
Buddy
Beal.
disconnected from your channel.
Brandon, it looked like you didn't finish the race, man. What happened?
No, you know what it is, Zach? I gotta start driving through more people. I gotta start wrecking more people. Because whenever I'm patient, I give the lenience to other drivers, but they don't give it back to me. So, I got stuck behind a bunch of lapped cars, bunch of bums back there. Like very late in the race there. I was just trying to salvage, a top 15 finish, because I spun myself out of a top 10. But, yeah, I was trying to salvage my race and finish top 10 to get back on the lead lap. And then there's these lap cars who can't figure out what the fuck they're doing. And they're having the biggest mid-off probably I've ever seen, Zach. And there's literally a lot of opportunities. I could have wrecked both of them, and I didn't take it because I'm just too patient, and then when they wreck each other, I get in it and I just slide into the tire barriers. So next time, maybe I should just move them right into the tire barriers, because you guys are multiple laps down. You're getting in my way. I'm trying to salvage a day, and you guys are already fucking out of it. So please, just get the fuck out of my way, and if not, you're getting fucking punted right into the tire barriers. That's all I have to say.
Look, you came victim to the People's Champion in the number 5 car.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He's a fucking menace on the racetrack. I don't know why he's still in this league. I don't know if he should be after tonight. It's whatever. I don't care. Fucking, I'm gonna be the next him, because I'm just gonna start driving through more people, because I just can't be patient anymore, because that shit like that just happens to me all the time.
Alright, well, you got any other last comments before I let you go? I don't really have any other questions for you.
I'd like to thank my sponsors for having my back in these rough situations like this, and just, it just happens, and we'll get a better result next time when we start driving through more people.
Poconos next week, and if you do end up racing there, good luck.
Yeah. I'll try. I don't know, man. It's just rough. That's all it is.
I guess that's all I got for you.
Yeah, I said what I had to say.
Said your piece, and I guess yeah, I guess that was good. Kyle Watts in the chat says I'm so good. Yep, got top 5. And
yeah, because Kyle, you weren't racing by a bunch of bums that were racing for 30th that were in front of you. Trying to salvage your day.
He also became victim to the People's Champion.
He's still able to drive through it, because he's
him.
He's better, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, he's that good. But yeah, he at least won practice, or not practice, happy hour. So good accolades there. Other than that, that's all I got for you. One last note, shout out to Kale Teskar Jr. with the top 5. He had a really good race today, despite my commentator's jinx. Still able to hold up P4, so it's pretty good. And shout out to Chris P. Merlin for finishing last on his debut with the silhouette of a shopping cart for a number. Yeah, I think that'll do it here for us. I have no idea what IFAR is doing, if they are even racing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it's tomorrow, right?
I have no idea. We'll just go by ear on that one. Next week, CCRS goes to Kyalami. I think that's in...
Ooh, even another opportunity to move people out of my way. Sweet.
God knows where that track is. I think it's somewhere in Africa or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. 1998 cars at Kyalami. I think they went there in season 4, I want to say. Could be wrong.
I don't know.
And then NARL back at Pocono next week. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. If you don't like or subscribe, that's fine. I'll just be a little sad, just a little bit. And then yeah, I don't know. See y'all next time.